On average, every TikTok user in Australia sees our content 5 times a month. The lion climbing the mountain is a lot hungrier than the one at the top. That's a good question.
Sam.
Yes.
Am I getting paid for very get ahead?
The one condition of me coming on.
Yeah, see, this is when you have a friend and who is bribing you. Only way I will do podcast if you actually wear my t-shirt. Just kidding. The second I said here, I actually wear it quite often. I'm not sure if you actually
I saw it on Instagram the other day. I gave you a comment. I appreciate it.
I actually wear it, and a lot of people, ask me, hey, can we send you some merchandise and can you promote it for us?
Yep.
I was like, no. I said, I only promote people that I know and I always proudly wear it. And they said, oh, do you charge them? I was like, no, I'm not a freaking Kim Kardashian,
Not yet.
No, not yet. I don't know if I want to be Kim Kardashian. Nothing wrong with her, but clearly she's a good marketer.
100%. Good marketer, good operator.
She's a good marketer. Talk of marketing. One thing that just came to my mind, Kanye West, hate him or love him. I'm not sure how mad his marketing is, but anything he does is just crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you think, what he does with his partner, do you think he does it on purpose or can just trigger the media?
100%. Like when was the last time he released a soundtrack? And everybody's talking about him every week, every month. You know what I mean? He's very, very clever at creating hype, creating.
I don't think me and you can try. I don't think me and you can try with our partners what he does. I think he'll be dead.
100%. It would. He's very, very good at making some noise. That's for sure.
He is, and it's interesting what he just said. I cannot remember last time he made an album or anything like that.
Yeah, it must be 2000. I'm going to get called out here, but it must be 2014 or 16, something like that, surely.
And if he did, because all the media that he triggers, if something did come out, I reckon it will just blow
100%
the net.
Yeah, I feel like he's getting a bit cancelled at the moment, but any media is good media, I think. So he's making some noise.
Well, put it this way: we all know about a couple of days ago or week ago on those Grammys. Him going there straight away made it. I didn't even know there was a freaking Grammys.
No, me either.
Till he made the noise.
Yeah, she's Australian too, I think.
Yes, from Melbourne. There you go, Sam. Thank you so much for being here. For people that don't know who Sam is, I got a lot of love and respect for you, Sam, but you're a genius marketer.
I appreciate it.
You have come with a concept, which I'm going to get you to tell us more about it. But platform get ahead, but most importantly, a lot of people can come up with any business idea, right?
Yep.
But you have just found the niche, most importantly, how to market the platform. I mean, any idea is an idea, but making it into reality, what freaking goes into it, right? And so there's so many people that are talking about your marketing strategy, and some people that I speak to, they have very successful businesses, they're very good marketers, and they're copying you. So that's a good thing, I guess.
It's a compliment.
It's a compliment. Yeah. So tell us what the hell is the Sam? What's Sam doing now?
Yeah, so I'm the founder and CEO of Get Ahead, which is the fastest way to hire in hospitality and retail, especially here in Australia, but we recently have just opened up in the US as well. So we're Tinder for jobs is probably the easiest way to understand what we do. You post a job, you swipe, match, chat and hire within minutes.
Yes. So none of that old school ways.
No resumes, no cover letters, none of that bullshit. Can I swear on here? Or
Definitely.
That's the Emil way.
You knowing me, what do you think?
Exactly. I think I'll be fine. But yeah, digital profiles, baristas can show off their coffee art. Bartenders can talk about them making drinks. They can put on the meta glasses. They can show off what they're doing first.
And they can actually upload even the video of themselves.
Videos, photos, strengths, passions, industries. They're about me. We match applicants with companies similar to like Apple Music or Spotify. We'll ask you who you are, your personality, what you're looking for in a company. We match you with companies that fit, and you simply swipe right to apply.
How did you come up with an idea?
I've always been in the online tech space, a huge passion of mine. I'm a self-taught designer myself. I've been in recruitment. I did a few years of recruitment before we launched Get Ahead. COVID hit. I've also done sales. I worked with Jordan Belfort for a while. We've done a couple of online projects, owned a gym as well, which was a good learning curve. Got into recruitment and COVID hit. So for the first time in my career, I was writing a resume and applying with cover letters as half of Australia was at the same time. I was like, how the hell am I supposed to stand out in this market? How am I supposed to show off my skills? I had such a weird background.
Which is interesting, right? Because traditional way of marketing, I'm going to talk about Australia, is business owners like myself. If I need, I don't know, receptionist or marketing person or whatever the hell it is, I go and put ad on Seek or whatever other platforms that are out there. And then I just have to wait and get people to actually reach me.
Exactly.
But what you're doing with Get Ahead, and please correct me if I'm wrong, as a business owner, I'm actually looking for talent.
100%.
So I'm picking, because for some roles, we would get 500 applications. Now you go and read 500 applications.
Exactly.
It'll take you freaking a month. And like this, in instant second, I'm looking for the right candidate and I can...
Yeah, a company can filter age, location, keywords. I could post a job and search for LJ Hooker if you wanted to hire someone from there. Filter their age, their location.
Don't worry about LJ Hooker. It's NGU here.
Well, that's what I mean. Maybe there's a company you want to steal some stuff from. I don't know. But view their profile, instantly match with them, text or call their phone and hire them if they answer the phone.
So when you came up with a platform, with an idea, any business owner that wants to start any business, your enthusiasm is up here. Energy level is up here, ready to conquer the world. And then reality hits, because I always say, whatever you think is going to take to make any business successful, when you start, multiply that by 1,000, that's how much harder it is, right? Reality hits, building any platform is one thing. So successfully, one thing you have done, and I've been watching it over the last couple of years, your marketing is another level. So with what you guys do, you constantly interview people, but people that you always find to do that, they have no fear. Because most people, they're scared to approach somebody. And I have seen your guy, I have obviously been on your platform in Brisbane, but then once I was freaking on the Gold Coast and Burleigh Heads and you name it, and I see your crew.
We'll find you.
They'll find. They're like, I feel like it is motherfuckers are freaking hunting
see
me.
See that air tag on your rear bumper there?
Yeah. So there's like these guys are chasing me full stop. And so you guys obviously starting from finding the right people that can actually do the job is so freaking critical, right? But then content creation that you guys got is just on another level. How do you guys come up with those ideas?
Well, first of all, we didn't invent street interviews or street content, so I don't want to take any credit for that, but we really sort of accidentally established that our customers and our job seekers, and it really came back down to the story of when I was looking for a job, like how do I know if I'd be a better fit at Starbucks or Nike, or Starbucks or McDonald's, probably a better comparison. And you don't. You'll take that job, you start that job, you're 3 months in and you're like, this culture sucks and this place is horrendous. I'm going to keep getting paid by this company and try and get a job at McDonald's. So I'm like, why don't we go out there and ask people that are working at McDonald's, ask people that are working at Grilled, ask people that are working, but in any industry, what company they work for, what's your Christmas party like? How much do you get paid? What are the perks of working at that company? What do you need to get a job at that place? And let's showcase that. So,
which is interesting because when you guys do it, I constantly see other media picking up your content.
I can guarantee there's probably 2 news articles today. Like it's every single day there will be 2, 3, 4 news articles.
Like one that I read, correct me if I'm wrong, could be a couple of weeks ago. It was, I think, in news.com, Courier Mail, every platform out there. It was concreter earning, let's say, $200,000 or plumber or whatever it was. I can't remember. And but then you can see video that's playing there. It's actually your video of your platform on their page, which is obviously still good for you.
Free media for us.
Free marketing. So you guys are really good at catching.
And I think it's also
trends.
Understanding who your desired customer is and where they hang out. So many people come up with ideas and, like they might use a dating app as an example, or, they might go out there and say, tell us a cool dating story. It's like, go and ask someone how many times a week they have sex. Like
Yes,
you're swiping through this feed and you've got 1 second to grab this person's attention. Like find a question that's grabbing, relevant, showcase your product at the end of it, but don't sell. Just provide information that people are going to find interesting and shareable content, and have a powerful hook at the end that relates with your product as well.
Yes.
I think so many people are just trying to, get attention that one, the content they're putting out there has nothing to do with their product or what they're trying to do. But two, they don't understand who their customer is and their end goal.
Yes.
It's very time consuming. It's very expensive, and it's a very torturous process of putting out, like we'll sometimes put out 86 pieces of content a day. So you imagine trying to build a content team. We've been doing that for 2 years.
Yes.
There's going to be times where that gets tough. And if you're not getting results from that, it's completely pointless.
Correct. And also, putting 86 different contents each day, there's a good chance you're going to have 1, 2, 5 that really go viral.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the biggest thing we found too, is that, and we average well over 1 million views a day, every day. Most days.
Are you focused more on TikTok, Instagram, or you just focus on everything?
We're 6 platforms. So Snapchat's been a bit of an underdog for us. Instagram's our most consistent platform.
Yes.
TikTok is a very good platform for us. Our average video view will be lower on TikTok than Instagram, but if a video goes off on TikTok, it really goes off.
Yes.
But I think up until a couple of months ago, our most viewed video was actually on Instagram.
How many views did it have?
11 million, I think.
11 million. So 11 million people would seeing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the data's pretty crazy. And for us, it's so specific to our audience as well.
Yes.
Our biggest audience at the moment is Australia by 86.9%.
Okay.
So there's 28 million people in Australia, and last month we did 100 million views. So you've got essentially 3 times Australia's population, and that's entire population, not people with a smartphone or a TikTok account.
Yes.
So on average, every TikTok user in Australia sees our content 5 times a month.
So your focus heavily is just creating outstanding content. I mean, first, I always say first 5 years of any brand building, you're focused on heavily on building the brand, right?
Yeah.
Which is every human needs to know.
Yes.
I mean, most people, when they start businesses, they think, you know what? I'm going to open the business and people will come to the door without realizing, hey,
people need to know who you are.
Otherwise, they won't freaking come, right? When you started this, did you think, one thing that I've learned about yourself, your energy, I remember when you were starting, energy then and today hasn't changed. And in business, a lot of people buy somebody else's business. You kind of just walk in and establish business and you're running it. But you chose what I would call freaking hard way. That's what I have done as well. And hard way is I'm going to create business from nothing, from scratch.
Yep.
And creating business from scratch is always a lot harder as well. So when you were starting today, 2 years.
Yep. 4 years.
4 years
since the concept, but 2 years since we've been live. 2.5 years.
What have you learned?
Surround yourself with people that can give you the answers to questions you don't have yet. Yes. That was probably the best thing I ever did at the start, was bring in a team of functional investors. So
not just money.
We actually turned away, which sounds crazy, but even when I really needed it at the start, we turned away a lot of money from people that I didn't believe would be good partners or people that could help us accelerate the business growth, because you'll spend that person's money quickly at some point, but then you're stuck with this person. And bringing on the right people, and I can confidently say every single investor that we have on the team has been a huge asset.
I know one of them is a friend of mine now. Is definitely a good addition to have on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody with got a lot of experience.
Yeah, and bring a different experience too.
Correct.
One person for us, one person from hospitality, one person from retail, one person from government, one person from tech. Different brains that can bring, a really diverse table of knowledge.
Yes.
And help you accelerate the mission. That's been a huge asset for us.
What will be the hardest part of running your own journey? Building your own startup, and also you're not building a normal startup. You're freaking going global.
Yeah.
So you didn't pick exactly the easiest business. Easiest business is, if you're accountant, you want to open a, accounting firm in a suburb called Wellington Point and hire one person, you can kind of control how big you're going to go.
Yeah,
you're going to go as big as as much work as you want to create for your little business. But with yourself, it's open game, open air.
I literally want to be the Tinder for jobs. I've got a crazy goal in mind that a lot of people just think you're off your head, but I believe that Apple should have a jobs icon on their home screen of their iPhone, and it's my goal to become that icon. Yes. So what jobs are something that everybody's had or has. The industries that we're targeting are two of the biggest industries in the world. They're two of the highest turnover industries in the world. And it's a massive gap in the market of jobs that are not on LinkedIn. Seek's not delivering what I think an efficient process for people that are hiring baristas, bartenders, these service industry jobs. And I'm on a rat race to take over that portion of the market as quickly as possible.
And in any business, you don't know who is around the corner trying to chase you.
100%.
And wanting to do the same thing.
Yes.
I always say there's always another hungry Sam who wants to take your position tomorrow.
Yeah, and I hope there is, because I thrive off that competition, and
that's how you get tested, really, how good you are, how creative you are.
It only makes you better.
And if you decided to take this journey on and being in business, it's good to be challenged, because otherwise you become complacent. And I don't think you can afford to become a complacent, because you'll be out of the business tomorrow.
100%. And I don't think anybody can have an idea in today's day and age that someone else hasn't tried or someone's going to come at. And we're a very small fish in a massive pond.
But you want that fish to become bigger.
Yeah. But even to this point, we've had, publicly listed entities, some you may have already named, that have come sliding into DMs or door knocking and pretended they're interested, and then 2 weeks later launched a similar, marketing strategy. Or
I remember talking to Albos. I think Albos.
He's done the same.
Yeah. And he was telling me when he was
car sales, wasn't it?
Yeah, the first business, car advice, and he would have, I won't say competitors, larger companies that are kind of in a similar space, but not that exactly. So they would come and lead him on that they want to buy his business, and they would lead him on, and he would obviously give them all the information. And the next thing is they say, hey, thank you for all the info. We're going to use it to freaking go after
dropped a cookie on his website.
Exactly. I was like, man, the thing is, but you got to respect them to go out of the way to actually 100%. Be bullish like that.
I think it's a good sign. Albos is actually one of the first people I ever had a coffee with him at the Eiffel Tower place in
La Dolce Vita.
Yes.
La Dolce Vita.
Yeah, he very generous with his time, and I do greatly appreciate that.
Albos has been very good friend to me over last 8-9 years. And he's been extremely supportive anything I do.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter whatever business I'm involved. If I say, hey, Albos, I need your time. Even last week, we had a massive event on the Gold Coast. And I called him, I said, Albos, we'd love to have you as one of the speakers. And he said, no problem, Emil. I forgot to tell him he's on the Gold Coast. And he said, then I look at it to Emil, it's like, oh shit, it's the Gold Coast, 1 hour drive. I said, you'll be all right. But he's been, you know what, in business is hard. There's always somebody that wants to fuck you one way or the other in business. But there are good people.
Yes.
There are good people that are willing to give you their time. And, I'm pretty sure Albos, in this case, didn't charge you anything for his time. And he is very generous when it comes to helping other people and sharing his knowledge. And I always say, there are good people, but you just got to find them. And you got to ask. You got to ask. Don't think to yourself, somebody's successful, I can't ask them a question. Ask them a question and see how they're going. If they can give you advice in one way or the other, and people will help.
Absolutely. And anybody is accessible as well. I think people are too scared or worried that they're going to get rejected. And I use the Tinder guys as an example. So I think the story how we got the founder of Tinder is on our cap table. So
you got founder of Tinder is investing in your business.
Yeah, we've got the founder of Tinder, and we've got their head of marketing and PR from the original team are both shareholders in Get Ahead. But that came from me. It took me probably 10 months of pretending I was in LA for meetings or somewhat to try and get.
I gotta ask this. So I know where this story is gonna go.
Yep.
So let me guess. So you were trying to get him for 10 months, and you were pretending that you're in LA.
Yep.
And the next thing they said to you, "Hey, come and see us tomorrow," and you were like, "Fuck, I'm in Brisbane."
literally exactly what happened. So I tried and tried and tried. I was trying different people in the team, and there was this one lady, Rosette, and she was their head of marketing, which is obviously a big passion side of this business for me as well. And I was just constantly DMing her, reaching out to her, trying to email, text, all different ways. And a few times I was like, "Hey, I'm in, LA tomorrow or next week or whatever it is." No response. And finally she came back to me. She's like, "I've got 20 minutes tomorrow after gym." I was like, "Fuck, okay." Jumped on, I'm like trying to find some reward flights with Qantas and whatever, and jumped on, found a flight, got over there, got there. Yeah, because you can fly out here and get there the same morning, right?
Yes.
And she cancelled. So,
Oh my God.
so we got all the way over there.
Look, you can't see it, but my head of our media business, Scott, is on my left. He's laughing. So hold on. So you go all the way there, and she said, "I can't make it."
No, I had no meetings booked. I went, I think, for 3 days or 4 days, and I basically said to her, "I'm not leaving until I get 20 minutes of your time. I'll meet you at the gym. Like I'll walk on the treadmill next to you, whatever we've got to do." And she said, "All right, meet me at the gym tomorrow. I've got 20 minutes." I said, "All right, perfect." So went and caught up with her.
Hold on, were you actually fit before you went to the gym?
I was puffing, but we got a pitch in. But 20 minutes turned into 2 hours, 2.5 hours with Rosette. We just clicked. She really, got a good understanding of what we were trying to achieve. Conveniently, there was a cafe right next to us that had a chalkboard sign on that we're trying to hire someone that's bubbly and this and that. And it was too perfect, to be honest. And she really, really got it. She loved the mission that we were trying to achieve, the traction we'd had here, and just really sort of believed in, I think, the willingness to take chances, because I did tell her I came over here to make this happen.
Yes.
And she ended up introducing me to Jonathan, one of the founders of Tinder. Got along with him.
So she was the head of marketing for Tinder.
Yeah, marketing and comms.
Yes.
Yeah. So a huge asset to them early
And
days.
did she introduce you straight away to the
Yes.
founder of Tinder at the same time?
I took another trip back. So I had a couple of Zooms with Jonathan.
Yes.
Really, really, really good guy. Been a massive asset for us as well, and a huge knowledge bank. But they actually used Australia as their test market for Tinder, which I never knew. So they found
interesting.
a really big correlation between the Australian users and the way that they use their product to the US audience as well.
So why do you think is that? Why do you think they actually use Australia to test?
No offense to Australia, but it's a market you can fuck up and no one knows. But they speak English. It's a good enough population that you can test.
I don't know if Australians really speak English. Like, fuck me, mate.
I guess you can launch a product in the same language. There's enough people here to test different concepts.
I mean, once in America, you got 300 million people. There's no...
Exactly.
You got to not fuck up.
No, yeah, and you can make a lot of noise, but you can also, make a lot of mistakes. So
yes,
Australia was a really good place for them to start, a good place for them to test their product and their audience and the users, and get a good understanding for what worked with their product.
Yes,
and so many brands do that. Vodafone, there's a lot of people will buy companies, launch them here, test them, and take them overseas. So that was interesting insight for me, and a lot of lessons that they shared. And went over, Elliot came with me, who's here today. They took us to some really cool hidden restaurants that we had to have our phones taped up, and that was a cool experience. Super dark.
What do you mean? So the restaurants there would be what? There are celebrities there and stuff, so they don't much to
John
use the
Mayer,
phone?
Justin Bieber. You could only go if you were with a guest that was a member. Kind of like golf clubs here, you pay tens of thousands of dollars to be a member.
And you couldn't just take your phone there?
No, they taped our phones literally with duct tape pretty much front and back, so that you couldn't take photos or record people and things like that. So that was cool.
I do believe every person that walks into a restaurant should leave their fucking phone
in a bowl at the front.
I do believe that. Like the other day, I was in Sydney.
Yep.
Giselle and I went to Sydney last Saturday, And I'm walking past a cafe. There are 4 ladies eating. Sorry, 4 of them having coffee or wine or whatever they were having.
Yep.
4 of them on the phone.
Yep.
I was like, man, what the fuck did you even get out of your home?
Hey, maybe they were swiping on jobs on Get Ahead.
Yeah, stay on it then, right?
Exactly.
But I was thinking like, like what's the point of you guys being together? Full stop. Might as well freaking stay at home, Zoom each other.
Yep. Or get some Uber Eats.
Get some Uber Eats and it'll be freaking cheaper. You save your time and petrol and stuff to go anyway. But it was fascinating to see, that's to hear that story that, nobody can really take the phone.
Yeah, no, I liked it. But I think a lot of restaurants rely on that as well, though, because that's how they, you see, someone's at SK Oyster again. I must go check that place out. It's a big marketing thing. But also I think having that exclusivity and respect for the clientele that they have in Beverly Hills or whatever is paramount to their customers. So
and then they said, yes, we'll invest money and we will become part of your business.
Yeah. So
and one thing you were smart, you were leveraging that.
Yeah, Jonathan was very, very generous and said whatever we need to do. Like I did a street interview with him, we did a photo shoot, anything that we need to do.
Because is he still working Tinder or is he out?
No, he exited Tinder at their valuation when he exited was $43.5 billion US, which was phenomenal. But he said that he's still, the part that they loved the most was they were just 3 guys with a whiteboard throwing ideas on it and having a go and seeing what would happen. And he said because I said to him, why are you willing to put your reputation and your name on the line for, essentially a startup and myself having a go? And he said that if certain people hadn't believed and backed them when they were 3 guys putting things on a whiteboard, they wouldn't have got to where they got today. He's a very generous, very humble guy that's got a lot of experience that correlates with what we're trying to try. And he's always available. He'll answer the phone any time of the day. So it's a really, really good asset to the team.
So obviously, you connected yourself with the right people, but freaking how persistent were you trying to get a meeting with one of them for 10 months and then flying there?
You have to. But the
so
payoff.
I think any young person that wants to start any kind of business or anybody that wants to start a business, in general, you got to be all in.
100%.
You got to be all in. Opportunity knocks, you got to fucking jump on it if it's the right one.
Especially as well if you're trying to grow a reputation, bring investors on. Like it's so many people have good ideas, like you said before, but it's really comes down to execution. And there's also so many ideas that aren't that good that succeed because the person's a persistent motherfucker and they just don't stop until it works. And it's very, very true that nothing fails unless you stop. So if you're willing to just keep knocking and knocking and knocking and knocking, eventually you're going to get a win, right? So I think being persistent and just committing to it and showing that you're all in as well. And I know I've told you the story before, but I sold everything, moved home when we first started the business and did that whole process of that's how much I believed in it, that I truly believe
you basically went all in. Every dollar you had, everything, I'm fucking in it.
First 2 years, I didn't take a dollar from the business. I just put in.
I mean, your startup is massive already, but your idea is fucking massive. Was the Brisbane right place to start?
That's a good question. I think it really comes down to your mindset as well. Like there's nothing stopping us succeeding globally, regardless of where we're based. I think Brisbane has been a good market for us. So it's quite an easy place to make noise, to be honest. There's not many people, when we did it, not many people rapping Ferraris and doing job match events and doing street interviews. Now everybody's rapping supercars and doing street interviews, and you've just got to, it's a fun, I enjoy it because it's a fun place to push the boundaries a little bit. And there is some very, very good people here as well. Great companies, a lot of head offices here, like even Domino's as an example.
I interviewed Don May.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
Great guy.
Really, really good guy. the Star Casino, you know,
Yes.
well, whatever's happening there. But there's a lot of really
Hopefully
cool.
good. I just bought a lot of shares.
Yeah, hopefully very good. A lot of really good staff there as well. So, yeah, I've appreciated the Brisbane market. It's never stopped me. Like when I worked for Jordan Belfort, I was
Yes.
out of an office in Cleveland. Like,
Yes.
you know, I've
But
never really been
I got a
restricted
feeling.
there.
I got a feeling. Somebody like yourself, you will do whatever it takes for this business to go all the way and hopefully become bigger than Tinder was at the time that gentleman
100%.
went out at $40-something billion.
Yeah.
Would you move to US if you have to?
Yeah.
Can you take me with you? Are
Let's
you
go.
gonna be one of those billionaires that I have to fucking call you for 10 months and book a flight to come and see you? And when I come to LA, you say, sorry, Emil, I'm canceling my gym session.
Mate, you're the guy with the ice bath and the sauna. You're living the dream. I hope to pursue, but we're a small, young, hungry startup that's really enjoying the David and Goliath journey right now. And I've got a mission to prove and a lot of people to prove wrong, and a shit list of people that didn't believe in it early on. And nothing drives me more than that, the competition and the mission that we're trying to achieve. And like you said, there's nothing that I won't do with the right morals to make this business succeed.
And not just that, one thing that you just said really, really well there, you gotta enjoy this fucking journey because one thing that I was, I guess, in the right state of mind. You know, I'm 45 now. All my business journey, you know, I feel like I was present because a lot of people, you know, want to start a business like Get Ahead, and they're thinking to themselves, I'm going to start this so one day I can sell the business for billion or 40 billion or whatever it is. So I can have massive homes, Lambos, Ferraris, whatever. But they actually forget to enjoy look, put it this way. Looking back now, I aged 45. Man, when I look back, fuck, I love the hustle.
That everybody says that though. The Tinder guys, yourself, every
now
successful.
looking back, but I was lucky. I was in a mental state that I actually enjoyed the process, and you know, now
That's the best part.
now living in a $20 million fucking home and having all the cars in the world, whatever the fuck I want. Now looking back, oh man, you know, I remember driving Nissan Navara. I was in the Ute. It's a Ute. And that was back in the day. That specific Ute had 3 seats in the front and big tray, aluminum tray at the back. And I was sitting there, I'm driving that Ute, and there was my brother sitting in the middle. Sorry, my dad was sitting in the middle. He was smaller, and my brother was on the left-hand side. We were working on construction site. I remember holding Nissan Navara's steering wheel. And holding it, I was thinking to myself, I was imagining that being Bentley's steering wheel.
Yep.
But I fucking knew, Sam, I'm going to have fucking Bentley steering wheel. You know what? If I don't fucking get a car, I'm going to chop fucking steering wheel from Bentley and put it in my Nissan Navara at least. But I'm fucking going after it. And that journey of hustle and sleepless nights, and then I fucking, you fail, you fuck up, you try shit, it doesn't work. And, you know, but just persistence, never give up attitude, being creative, being on your feet, dealing with challenges on daily fucking basis. Before you know it, now in my hands I have AMGs, Bentleys, Ferraris, Lambos. You know, I have it all now, Porsches. The steering wheel is actually, it's real now in my fucking hands. And it was that dream, but I was fucking present. And I love that fucking hustle between Nissan Navara, shitty fucking plastic steering wheel, to holding Bentley steering wheel now, and everything that happened in between. I loved it. I loved hustling, you know, whatever business I'm involved. If it's real estate, I love working till midnight or 2 o'clock in the morning, and every part that was part of my journey, I enjoyed it, you know, because I mean, it's like, fuck, you can't just kill yourself for 10 years.
Yeah, exactly.
And then 10 years later, you get $1 billion, but you don't even know what the fuck 10 years went. You know. But the reality is it's not easy. And people said, I want to do what I love. And my answer to that is, let's cut the bullshit. Whatever your passion is, whatever you pick to do, whatever business you start, you're going to, 95% of the shit you're going to do, you're not going to fucking like. You're gonna hate. It doesn't matter whatever your dream is, because for any dream to become reality, the art is learning how to love shit you fucking hate doing.
Yeah.
Because every entrepreneur, you have your own strength, right? Mm-hmm. But on the start of any business, you are fucking everything from cleaner in your office to a fucking accountant to whatever the fuck you can be. And not every part you enjoy.
Our whole team still is.
Do you know what I mean? But you don't enjoy every part. And that's why I always say to people, if you want to be on this fucking journey with me, you want to do that, we got to be on the same fucking page.
Yeah, I agree.
You got to be on the same page. And that's why I said, what you don't fucking love, learn. Learn how to love doing shit that you fucking hate doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, I still pinch myself because yes, it's stressful as hell. Like my mum bought me a blood pressure machine the other month because she was scared I was going to have a heart attack. But it's, you're going to have pressures. You're going to have things that test you. You're going to have failures. You're going to have wins along the way. But the ability for me, this is what I'm obsessed with, is the limitation to this business, the success of the business and the growth of it is my mindset. It's really anything is achievable. You've just got to figure out how to get it to where you want it to get to. So like the creative experience and the creative journey of being able to come up with an idea and being like, yep, let's do that. Or that didn't work, let's pivot. And I love seeing people copy, like, let's say the marketing strategy or this and that, because we launched 6 new pages yesterday. Like there's a whole new concept coming out next week. There's a whole nother direction, a whole nother channel, a whole nother street team. We're constantly pivoting and moving so quickly. And I think that's something I'm obsessed with. And my goal really is to build a unicorn with a team of 15 people or less, to be honest, because I love how agile we can be with, we're not a corporation where we need 20 people to sign off on this, or let's get a marketing team in and pay them $1 million to analyze their marketing strategy and then just try and copy it. Like, let's just get out there and have some fun and push the boundaries of what we can achieve.
I think with everything, all the tools that are available to you right now, specifically AI doing its magic, I think there will be companies out there worth $1 billion with one person running it.
Yep, I agree.
And one staff member.
Yep. Yeah, Instagram to me is a sexy business. I know it was a great investment for them, but they sold for $1 billion when they had 14 staff, which was a really cool feat. But now they're doing $1 billion a month revenue. So good investment, but also a great success story.
Instagram itself now be worth $100 billion.
At least, yeah.
Well, there you go. Now, you work 7 days a week, really. You don't really stop.
No. And you dream as well, don't you? I have a notes pad and the team hate me for this, but anytime I've got an idea, everyone goes, oh shit, like here we go.
You know what I used to say? It's I work 24 hours a day. I said, people said, you don't fucking, you can't, you gotta sleep. I said, man, I'm telling you, because I'm so passionate, when I go to bed, I would be, while I'm dreaming about working. So even when I wake up 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm fucking tired because I just finished a shift in my own fucking dream.
100%.
You know what I mean? It's like,
I got a notes pad in my phone of sleep ideas because you wake up, and some of them, the best ideas I've had have been in my sleep.
And by some of them, you'd be looking at it like, oh my fucking God, I'm just retarded.
I think though, and you're obviously very passionate about it as well, but focusing on being able to get yourself in the right state to work the most efficiently is a big thing as well.
Yes.
So being able to, take care of your health, your fitness, your energy levels, and being able to be more focused and energized and delivering a better outcome for 8 hours a day is better than working 15 hours a day with, poor outcomes. So that's been a big focus, and our whole team, we train same gym, we do the recovery, we do the everything in between and make sure that we're in.
I tell you one thing that
state.
I made mistake most of my journey. I never pay attention to my health or fitness, anything.
Yep.
In my mind, I was like, you know what? I can work 16 hours a day. There's no way I'm going to waste 1 hour a day exercising.
Yep.
Even if I wasn't fit, if I was tired or whatever, even if I needed recovery session, my mind was stronger than my body. My mind would tell my body, go and fuck yourself. I'm in charge. I'm running the fucking show. Just keep fucking going till you pass the fuck out. That's the attitude I had most of my life.
Yep.
Last few months, I changed my life.
Yeah, I've seen it too.
And I'll show you, I'll take you for the tour. What I mean, I changed my life every morning now, 6 o'clock in the morning. I have a personal trainer comes to home, do 1 hour training session with Giselle, myself, and a PT, 1 hour training session, and then 40 minutes recovery session. I have a steam room, ice bath, then I go to sauna, then ice bath, and tomorrow I'm installing cryo.
Nice.
Finally.
Yep.
And then, so that 1 hour, I feel like I got way more energy. I'm energized. And then when I go to steam room and sauna, it's like, 30 minutes of me time, no noise.
Yep.
I can almost call it meditation, alone there and just reflecting and getting myself ready for the day and blocking all the noise. And when I finish that, I'm ready for the day.
Yep.
Me doing that 5 days a week, actually do recovery sessions 7 days a week. Me doing that is such a game changer for me because right now I feel like I'm more focused. And I've been only doing it for maybe 2 months, right? So I'm not as fit like somebody doing it for fucking 5 years. But after 2 months being persistent, I feel better than I did when I was 25 years old. So
you're more productive now,
way
even
more
with
productive.
less hours. Yeah.
Way more productive, way more productive. I mean, reality is, I'm not sure where I read this, but I fucking believe it's true. Apparently, most people are only productive 2 hours a day. What I mean productive, people go to the office, you can sit in the office for 10 hours.
Yep.
Doesn't mean you're fucking working.
Yep.
You can just stay at computer for 6 hours and, okay, time to go home. What have you done? So interesting thing that I had discussion with Phil DiBella.
One of our shareholders.
One of your shareholders. And great human, a lot of fucking wisdom out of his bald head.
Yeah.
That's one thing he can never do is grow fucking hair. I don't think anybody can help him there. And one thing he said, those days of convincing your staff, hey, work fucking 14 hours a day, those days are over. But if people are willing to be at work 8 hours, well, let's work on the way. How can you be productive those 8 hours? How can you be productive? I still believe that most people are not productive no more than 2 hours.
Yeah, I agree. And I think you can get as much done in a very productive 2 hours as you can in an 8 hour day easily, to be honest. So I think it's working in sprints and getting yourself into that zone of this is game time. Like I'm all in on this and just get it done.
And I think, in my business, I've now created no meeting should take more than 15 minutes. No
That's
meeting.
something I need to perfect.
Because two of us, if we want to have a meeting, right? You go there with agenda.
Yep.
This is the 10 things we're going to discuss. Go to the fucking point. Get the fuck out.
Yep.
Because for 2 hours, you can have a meeting for 2 hours. For 2 hours, really, me and you can be talking about fucking, remember that fishing trip we went? Remember that marlin we were fighting for 6 hours? You can talk shit.
Yeah.
But productive, I think most meetings, specifically with your own team, in my mind, 15 minutes, done.
Yeah, I agree. Can I ask you a question on the marketing front? Because I remember back when you started doing the cool real estate videos and you had the cars and the girls and you made a lot of noise. I think there was one I saw was on Raby Bay and that was when I first heard about you. And that's probably I don't even know how long ago that was.
8-9 years ago.
Yeah. What motivated you and triggered you to be like, I'm going to try and do something a little bit different here and stand out?
Interesting story, right? So when I wasn't planning to start real estate business. Okay. I was always in property development construction. So I would buy land, build a house, and then when it's finished, I would go and give job to real estate agent to sell it. And I got annoyed 8.5 years ago. I was like, I am freaking done. I feel like real estate agents bullshitting so much. That's fine. You can see through them. That's okay. I can deal with that shit. 2, I feel like real estate agents don't understand construction, value of it. They compare every house to other house they've sold around the corner, but every house costs different dollars a square meter. But the real reason why I started NG Real Estate, I felt that real estate agents are fucking dinosaurs. And then I thought to myself, all real estate agents, what they did then, now they're a little bit more creative, they would go take photos of each home, put it on realestate.com and wait for the buyer to find that home.
Yep.
And for you to find any home, you would have to go on freaking realestate.com, type Raby Bay, and then all the houses in Raby Bay come. No fucking different to Seek, right? And I thought to myself, well, that's fucked, because every single person is on social media.
Yep.
Everybody's on Instagram, everybody's on Facebook. And there's a way I can get out in front of people. So that way, whatever I'm selling, I can hunt for buyers instead of wait on my fucking ass and wait for buyers to find me, right? And then I thought to myself, okay, there's Emil Juresic, and he wants to go and compete with 1,000 Ray White offices, 1,000 Remax offices, 1,000 LJ Hooker offices, I don't know, maybe 1,000 First National offices, and I never sold real estate. So I got no real estate experience, but I thought, you know what, for me to stand out, I need to do something fucking crazy, right? I need to be creative, because if I'm doing something that everybody else is doing, I will not stand out. So I was like, okay, I need to be creative with marketing, right? I need to do stuff that people will be like, what the fuck is he doing? So my first couple of videos, I would use supermodels, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, but in my first 5 seconds, I would capture people's fucking, attention, and then they would watch all the video, and eventually fucking there's a house too, so I would attract more buyers for the house, but most importantly also for me, people knew who the fucking GU real estate was,
absolutely,
who the fuck I was. So we don't do this shit. Company, we sell about $3 billion worth of real estate now. So we established enough with 12 offices and so on. But on the start, I was using grandparents, kids. There's something I really wanted to do once, but in this case, my mom didn't let me do it. Remember, it would be 6, 7, 8 years ago when same-sex marriage was going to be legalized. Remember, it was 6, 7, 8 years ago? They wanted to make it legal in Australia, right? And there were protests. It was on the news all over the place. And I was like, I came to my team. I was like, I got a fucking great idea. I'm going to get 2 ladies, hold each other's hands, going to the house and kiss, So that's going to blow up on the media. And then I told that idea to my mom, and my mom says, son, I go to church. People already think you're fucking crazy with your marketing. What they're going to say, what kind of Catholic are you? You got 2 lesbians there getting married. I was like, oh, fuck. But there's a reason why I didn't do that one.
Not the worst idea.
Huh?
Not the worst idea.
I reckon it's good. Yeah. But there's another one that I did, and Scott reminded me to give you the video so you can put it in this link. Another one was, and this one, 8.5 years ago, we had over... I think we had over 1 million views, but that was a lot 8.5 years ago. Instagram wasn't as used. That was definitely not TikTok. It just went fucking viral. So this video, there's a husband and wife woke up, in the morning. They woke up in the morning, and the wife goes into the shower, and you can almost see her butt naked, almost. And he's getting ready to go to work, and he goes to work, he jumps into his BMW, and wife stays in her bedroom. And as the husband is driving down the street in his BMW, there is Ferrari driving past. And that Ferrari stops right in front of his house. And guess who walks out of the house? Another hot girl. So this girl walks out of the car, and she's in a fucking bikini with a little red robe around her. So she's walking up the stairs and going straight away into the fucking bedroom where he left his wife, right? So all this on the camera, but you can see a little bit of the house too, right? So she walks all the way into the house, into the bedroom. And then as he's driving, he realizes, fuck, he forgot some keys. Like, shit, I gotta make a U-turn and go home and get the keys that I left. So he comes back home, and in front of the house, he stops. There's a fucking red Ferrari parked in front of the house. And he's probably thinking, fuck, it must be another guy with my wife. He walks, he's running up to the bedroom. He opens the bedroom. In the bed, his wife and another girl. And the team says, what should be the next scene? I said, the next scene is he jumps in between both of them. That's been fucking viral.
Did the buyer mention the video when they purchased the house?
They did. Everybody did.
No
Everybody did. That went, to talk of crazy marketing, Sam, I was fucking mad 8.5 years ago doing stuff like that, but everybody...
To inspire you to do something a little wild next week. I want to see a comeback.
No, you know what? To be honest, it's just giving me ideas now. Like fucking, maybe we should do something with Get Ahead in my companies. Something. How can we go freaking crazy like that? And but I remember, our brand just exploded. And first of all of the competitors, all the real estate agents,
they were ripping on you, weren't they?
They were ripping on me, making fun of you, laughing at you. And specifically about 5 guys, they're working for me now.
Yep. Or they copied you, right?
So at first they laugh at you, they make fun of you, then they fucking hate you, then they want to break you, then they copy you. But by the time they do that, they know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
And I don't give a fuck who they are. So we've been mad. But then as the business was progressing, then you're now we're gonna be a little bit fucking normal and business is big enough. But our thing was always, how can we stand out? And on start,
same with us.
I did whatever the fuck I had to stand out, right? The only thing I didn't do is fucking is that story of 2 ladies. Well, we kind of did with that story that I just told you, but and I think somebody sent the video to my mom and dad. They were like, "Oh my god."
It's so true though. You really do have to think outside of the box, especially at the start. And we were doing similar things. We went to Schoolies, was our first street interviews, because we're like, and then we were going to the Valley because we were finding interest in funny people on a Friday night in the Valley to street interview. And then we started getting some reputable brands join the platform. So we started a new channel that would represent them a little bit better light. So, but you have to think outside the box, and
you have to, and and today, but marketing is always huge, critical. But in our case, I always train my people, do the right thing by people. Because every single person you do business with, they become your free employees. I will mention a mutual friend, Serkan. He's working for me. I'm not sure if you know that. Not directly. He has referred me at least 20 clients. At least 20 clients. Because I did something right by his family, by him specifically, and his wife. And so you do the right thing by people, it fucking comes around.
I agree.
I'm such a believer in all this marketing, crazy stuff that's available to us. I'm still a massive believer in old school building relationships. No fucking AI can do that.
I think that's your principles and morals though, really. Marketing is just people knowing what you do and what your product is. And then your business can scale up, down, your marketing can go ballistic, everything in between. But if your morals and your principles are the same the whole way through, you get to, you build a reputation, you get known for that. And that's something, and someone told me this the other day, is you can have $1 billion business, you can have a $0 business, you can have everything in between. But you can gain and lose all of that, but you always have your principles and your morals. So there's something you need to stay focused on, stay true to yourself, and have a strong belief in, which I'm a big believer in that as well. So yeah.
Do you want me to get you another water?
I'm good. I'm almost there, but they're delicious.
Yeah, they are good. I told you, and I definitely don't own the business. I freaking should.
Out, Wallaby.
Yeah, shout out Wallaby. Yes, send us a freaking free water here for fuck's sake. It's a good water. So your life, everything is about work at the moment, and knowing you, I don't see you doing anything else but work these days. Am I right there?
I'm really focusing on routine, health and fitness and work, really, to be honest. So I love it, though. It doesn't feel like work to me as such. I'm around great people. I'm able to be as creative as I want, and I'm a competitive motherfucker at the end of the day. And this is what I love doing.
And I think
live and breathe
you believe you're on the track to build $1 billion company.
100%.
There's nothing stopping you.
No. I used to be embarrassed. I don't know if I've ever been embarrassed saying that, but it's, that could slap me in the face and,
fuck it. There's no, I said it when I was 18 and I will say it today, I'm building $1 billion company. I don't give a fuck. People can say, yeah, right. Well, I got a fucking track record. I'm on my fucking way there. So keep laughing because tomorrow it might be fucking working for me or you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, you need to put the hammer down. You need to stay motivated. You need to stay focused. I think last time we spoke, the value of our company has 7x since then, which I think was 12 months ago, maybe. And I think we were calling out Seek on that interview and a few other companies that have.
I think I was.
Yeah, you were actually. Yeah, I appreciate
I love supporting my people that I have a lot of respect for. If all of us wish well for others, this place that we are all living in will be much fucking better place.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of evil in the world. I used to believe when I was younger that everyone is a good person. Now I've learned the world is full of fucking assholes.
Yeah, there's a lot of bullshit artists.
And the world doesn't need another one.
No.
So if I can be a good person and you, well, there's two good people that are.
And I've always said that about yourself too. You've forever been generous. You've forever, taken an interview or answered a call, or I even FaceTimed you in Las Vegas, and there's been no transactional benefit to you whatsoever in any of this.
Man. I think I admire, yourself. To establish anything is fucking hard. I respect when I see anybody giving it a go, but you're really giving it a go. You're like, I'm not taking a fucking suburb of Raby Bay. I'm taking entire fucking world. So that's not an easy fucking journey. So, well done to you. And I can't freaking wait to say, hey, you know what? That Sam I interviewed, that's the motherfucker worth 20 fucking billion today. You better answer my phone then.
100%. So tell me how you stay motivated, because I'm always... I spoke to an investor the other day that multi-billionaire, and I said, why are you interested in me and what we're doing? And he said, because I can't remember if it was the goat or the lion or whatever it was, but the lion climbing the mountain is a lot hungrier than the one at the top. But how do you stay so, because you haven't slowed down at all. Some people take that strategy of, okay, I'm now at my mountain peak or whatever vision they have, and I'm willing to invest and share my tools and inspire others to come along on that journey, and I can fast track those experiences. But you seem to still be at the auctions on a Saturday. You're still driving, why is that?
I'm just trying to buy a block of land for $3 million even before. I tell you what, at this stage of my life, more than ever, Sam, I truly understand the meaning of life and value of it. I am 45. If I get to live to age 90, chances are fucking slim, right? But if I do, and no guarantees, you might die tomorrow. But if I get to live to age 90, technically I'm half dead, half glass corn. So with me, I can't afford to lose another day. So to me, what is the point of living if I'm not going to give it all? If I'm like, first of all, my day starts, I wake up in the morning, I'm grateful. I'm grateful I'm alive, I'm healthy, I'm breathing, and God has given me ability to do what I love fucking doing. That's a good start. Great fucking start. Like when you wake up in the morning, you're healthy motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're opportunist.
You're already winning.
You're already fucking winning, right? And then I have a quick conversation with myself. Motherfucker, today is the day that you never lived before. You can't waste it, because when this day is gone, you're one day closer to your ultimate destination, and that is you being fucking dead. Simple. So I can't afford to waste it. So I love life too much to waste it. So with me, financially, I'm not financially even where I want to get, but even I have enough to fucking retire in somebody else's eyes. But with me, I just love living. And somebody asked me, what are you going to be doing for the rest of your life? I said, I don't chase business. I chase happiness. What makes me happy at the moment, I love creating businesses. I've exited out of fucking 2. I love bringing best out of myself. I enjoy that so much today. In a year, I might just say, what, fuck it. I'm just going to enjoy fishing from now on for the next 5 years. I'll go fucking fishing then. So with me, freedom. I love chasing happiness of me being personally happy within. Because you can have all the money in the world. If you're fucking unhappy, miserable fuck, it's just going to be more miserable with more money, right? Nothing will change. But I love living. And that to me is so important, that I know the value of life that I have in front of me. And that's what motivates me, not to waste this life that God has given me. And I just have to live it to the best of my freaking ability and enjoy every single fucking moment. I mean, the bullet that's going to kill you has already been fired. I said this to somebody the other day. One of my very close mates, Donny Gambaro, his beautiful wife just passed away age 45, cancer.
That's crazy.
You can have all the money in the world, and one day you're healthy, the next day you got cancer, next day you're dead. So that's called life. So while you're fucking alive, live it. With full, strength you have. So to me, but then I love creative people. That drives me. I love people.
You surround yourself with a good creative group too, don't you?
To me, that
Who inspires you the most?
You know what? Interesting way of looking at it. People ask me, do you have a mentor and this and that? I said, yes. I said, who is it? I said, on average, about 50 people I meet a day. Because every person that I meet is my mentor. Because I can learn something from yourself. We can learn something from Scott or guy in the lift or whatever. So every human that I meet is my mentor. My nephew is about to turn 11 years old next couple of weeks. He's my mentor. He said, what do you mean? I said, man, just hanging out with him, seeing the little happiness, perspective on life. Like, fuck, man, that makes me a better person. Just being with him and enjoying small things. So to me, I get inspired by every individual. Even if you meet an asshole, I was like, fuck, you inspire me not to be you, motherfucker.
True.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like it.
So with me, there's no different. And, there's a lot of people that I love what they're doing, in business world that I can learn from. But I can't say it's one because, like Elon Musk, there's a lot you can learn from him. But then you can learn from other, he's here in creative fucking part. Do I love him or do I love more Warren Buffett, who's an old school, disciplined fucking investor who likes to chip shit every single day, a little bit, So something to learn from every single person. So my biggest mentor is a person I look up to is everyone. Truly, truly everyone. Because two of us, we can, if we hang out with Warren Buffett, we can learn a lot from his wisdom. He's 94, motherfucker, he's still working, right? But then somebody's, 25, the fucking hunger, energy that he's got to succeed and start something is also valuable too. So it's like, I like a bit of everything. Like, our event that we just had, we had 8 people or 8-9 speakers, completely different people. Like, fuck, man, I love all of them. Because some of them are like, oh my God, this guy.
Epic. I want to come to the next one.
I was like, this next one is in New Zealand. But I was like, this guy is crazy, I love his energy. But then somebody gives different perspective. So with me, I love, to me, you know, every person, I can never say.
Gives you a different
Perspective.
Energy. Yeah.
Different energy.
So meet different people, absorb what you need from them and take what inspires you.
I think there's a guy called Alan Larkin. I bought my head office from him 7.5 years ago. He said, Emil, you need to learn how to smell the roses. I was like, fuck roses, I just want to fucking work. That's my answer. That was my answer then. But now smelling roses is not just, you know, not working or whatever. It's just learning how to analyze things and stay calm while you're doing it. And in business, you know, the big art is learning how to accept any outcome and not be affected. Because in business, when you have a good news, what do you want to do? You want to fucking, with your team, jump, fucking hit ceiling with your own head. How happy are you? But most people, when they have something negative, something bad happens in business, they fucking get in this in this place where like, oh fuck, I'm holding back now. But when you do that, then you can't make right decisions, right? You know, you can't. So it's just staying calm and just, you know, accept any outcome and be okay with it.
Yep.
So
interesting.
Sam, it's been a pleasure having you here.
No, thank you. I'm always inspired every time I catch up with you, and always have appreciated the support, and hope to one day buy a house from you.
Man, and you definitely will not buy this one. This one will never be fucking for sale. This is my family home. It's not going anywhere.
That's beautiful.
But thank you. It's been pleasure, man, and I freaking can't wait, you know, to keep watching your journey, and you're awesome to give me your time today.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Legend. Boom.
Boom.